This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I might have talked on this before, how I just don't get those conversations with people where they blame a whole, group of people on some stuff that happened between them and one person. It wasn't like a whole group of people did something to them. It was that person and another person. So overall, what I mean, I guess if people aren't fully hearing what I'm saying right now, is I don't get those conversations where it's like, if it's a woman talking about men, she put all men in this conversation of like, men ain't this, men ain't that. And it's like, fam, I don't know what I've done to you. You know, I think I have a feeling I talked on this before, if I'm not mistaken. But I just feel like it needs to still be discussed. Because, no, I saw a video on TikTok where it was a TikToker that I watched. He does, like, other types of videos, but he was doing some reaction videos. And, the guy was going around asking all these different women, what is their ick? And for those that don't know what ick means like there's something that they don't overall approve of, something that they dislike, something that, they just overall hate about somebody. So for an example, I'll say that my ick is when people freaking I don't know, they crease their Jordans or something. It's like something like that, you know. It's all like, fam, don't be out here creasing your Jordans. What's wrong with you? You crazy or something? So I don't care. Crease your Jordans. It's your shoes at the end of the day. You spent $200. You are allowed to do whatever you want to do. I was just using it as an example. But anyways, but it's like I just feel that when they have conversations like that, it's just pointless. You know, because I'm like, fam, have you met every man in this world? No, you have not. You met a few bad men, and now all of a sudden, all men got to pay for that. Fam, what did I do? Like, that's something that I genuinely have a question. And that's, like, one thing that I like is when, if there is a, like, woman out there where she doesn't no, and it'll be on some stuff where like she really doesn't like men, like she's attracted to women, but there's like a backstory on why she's attracted to women. There's a reason on why she's attracted to women. But I love when women, they do stuff like that, but they're still cool with guys. They might as well be one of the guys, but it's like they don't have this like mindset where it's just, oh, all men are disgusting, all men. And I'm like, fam, I get if you done met a few bad men in this world, but I ain't did nothing to you. Like that, I just think that's something that just needs to be established. Because, like, no, I don't know. Like, with me, because I know with me, I know people probably would ask that question, like, what do you overall want from a woman? And I'm like, fam, marriage, kids, I'm trying to, and just a happy life. I think, you know, most people will want that, but if she don't want marriage and kids, I'm like, okay, well then I'm not going to force you to be in a situation that you don't want to be in, so I'm gonna move on. And I know people gonna probably think like that's just selfish of me, and I'm like, well, fam, I want a family, I want a happy, who doesn't want a happy life? I'm saying, I'm all like, I don't think that's selfish. I just think that that's just me wanting a little bit of positivity in my life. How is it wrong to have a little bit of positivity in my life? Yeah, it's like, I get, you know, there might be people that don't want kids and they don't want marriage. And I'm like, that's something I feel that needs to be. See, and I think this is what I said the last time I talked on this. Communication is key. All right, that would be something that we would discuss prior before it turns into a full blown relationship. You know, and I feel like whether it's a question that she asked me or a question that I ask her, I'm like, if you change your mind because you feel that I'm the right one and you want to have kids, you want marriage, you change your whole mindset on that type of stuff, that is your decision. But you shouldn't change it because, oh, you know, like whatever you're thinking of and stuff. Like, no, you change that because you genuinely want it. All right. So, but yeah, it's like, I just don't think that, that was just me just talking on myself and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men that think like that. So that's why I'm like, that conversation where it's like, you know, a man that obviously wants to do right by his woman, but not overall be controlled by his woman. Because I feel that women like that are super controlling. Super controlling. Hold on for a second. Let me take my hoodie off because it's getting a little warm. All right. So, but anyways, no, I just feel that women like that are super controlling, where it's like, you know, you talk all this crap and then it's like you finally meet a guy, you give this guy a chance. And I feel like it's women like that, they're just mad disrespectful to a guy, where it's like, okay, if you're not serious about this guy, then it's like, fam, then don't get in no relationship. But it shouldn't be some stuff where it's like, this guy is your personal punching bag because of all the men that done hurt you. You should be taking your anger out on the men that hurt you, not the man that actually wants to, you know, he thought he done found the one, and it's like, now he's gonna be having that conversation where he's like, oh, women ain't this, they ain't that, talking crazy about women and things, and it's like, nah, it's like that circle of life that it's a circle that shouldn't exist. You know, and so, yeah, that's why I'm like, with me, I couldn't be that guy where I just let somebody walk all over me. I'm like, no, it's like either be respectful or I'm leaving, I'm out of here. But it's like that disrespect. I'm like, fam, I don't know what I've done to you personally. If I've done something to you personally, you need to tell me that I've done something to you personally. But if not, then all that disrespect, that gotta go. I'm like, cause no, it's just, I just know that there are people out there that do stuff like that. I feel like I done heard stories like that where it's like, they got this like pent up anger and aggression towards whoever, and they take that anger out on other people, and it's like, fam, them other people ain't did nothing to you. So that's why I'm like, people, when you be carrying on like that, you honestly, you have to sit down and think about it. When you go on social media or wherever, and you talk about men ain't this or women ain't that, it's like, fam, who hurt you? Like that, like who hurt you, and why do you feel you need to carry on this pain and push it off onto everybody else? What did everybody else do to you? You know, and it's that type of stuff where it's like people where they're all like, well, I'm mad at the world, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, it's people like that where I'm like, I try my hardest to stay away from them. I try my hardest to keep the conversation short with them, because I'm like, fam, the world ain't did nothing to you. Absolutely nothing. That's something where I was like, you know, and I feel like that builds like that entitlement in a person where it's like, then yeah, you got people out and about acting like Karens, male Karens, and it's like, fam, there ain't no reason to even be carrying on like that. So it's like that, I just really think that people need to sit down and reevaluate your life. Because men, women, dogs, cats, whatever you got hatred towards ain't did nothing to you. Yeah, if there's that one dog that bit you across the ankle, that's that dog. But it's like that cute little puppy that just walked up and gave you a little doggy puppy kiss on the ankle. It's like, fam, you shouldn't be taking your anger out on that dog, because then it's like, yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, nah, bro, dog ain't did nothing to you. Now that dog's confused. Now it's scared to approach strangers because it's that one thing that's running through his head where, oh, this person, they got this hatred for dogs because of another dog. And it's like, fam, why am I taking the beating for it? You know, it's like, and it's like, and then what women, it's like, it's, talking like when men are saying like women ain't this, women ain't that, and it's like, fam, that women ain't did nothing to you just because that. And that's something where it's like, to just speak on my own experience, yes, I've been hurt before. That's something where I'm like, I think everybody's gonna go through that at some point in time in their life. If you don't, you are one of the lucky ones. But I feel like for the most part, people are gonna get hurt. I've been hurt a couple of times. And that's the thing that I will never do, is take my anger out on women that genuinely want to be in my life. That wouldn't even make any sense. They're like, and let me just lay out this picture, right? Let's say that situation that had happened a few years back, it just changed my perspective on women. And it just don't make no sense for me to be a straight male and have a hatred towards women. Cause it's like, okay, then what's the point then? So it wouldn't even make any sense. But let's just say that situation with that girl that happened a few years back. Let's say from this day forward, I just got this disrespect towards women, right? Woman approaches me. She's super supportive. She wants what I want in life. She wants to, have a significant other, marriage, kids, the family dog or family pet of some sorts, big old fancy house, successful careers, literally having a happy life. But I'm holding on to something that happened. I would imagine years and kids, down the road and stuff. I'm holding on to something that happened years ago and using her as my own personal punching bag for something that she didn't even do. Why? For what reason? She ain't did nothing to me besides bring me joy and happiness. And it's funny because then I feel like stuff like that is being, it's being said, right? It's being said. She comes to, she builds up that confidence and courage to tell me how it is and things. And I feel like it's stuff like that that's just going to break you down even worse. Like you thought you was broken down on a situation that happened years ago. You really going to be breaking down where it's like you have everything that you have and you still ungrateful. For what reason? And I feel like something like that, all right, put myself back in them shoes, put myself in that situation, I'm probably going to fall out and cry. Because I realized that I've been a bad, significant other. And I'm like, that fam, I shouldn't even have put you through that. It wasn't even your fault. And that's usually how those conversations go. That's usually how situations like that go. So that's why I'm like, I can't do that. I'll talk to her about it. But I'm all like, it's like, and just, tell her, oh yeah, this is, what happened to me when I was hurt. But it's going to be a conversation, not me, flipping the cards on her and stuff. And I'm giving her, pent up anger and aggression that she shouldn't even be dealing with in the first place. It just wouldn't even make any sense. It would be pointless. And so, yeah, that's why I'm like, it's stuff like that. Yeah, I can't take my anger out on other people. It's all like to the people that have made me angry, to the people that have hurt me. It's like they know who they are. They know what they've done and said. And I'm like, this is how I see it. Those people, they have to live with that. They have to live with the fact that you caused somebody pain and there wasn't even no reason to cause that person pain. It's like just recently having it where there was somebody that I was, once close with. Haven't had an issue with them in years, fam. Last time I think I had an issue with them, it was, I can't remember when, but it was years ago. Probably I'm trying to think. I might have 18, 19 maybe. And I was like, that's the last time I had an argument with this person. Just recently had an argument with them. And I'm like, and it seemed like stuff was going okay. Stuff was going cool, right? Out of nowhere, they just started flipping some anger and aggression on me. And I'm like, what have I done to you? That was a genuine question that I had for them. I was like, what have I done to you? Nothing, right? So it's all like, why are you getting mad at me on some dumb stuff? It's like, it's people like that where it's like when they do that, it's like you have to sit down and realize just how dumb that look, right? Where it's like you mad about something separate. I ain't did nothing to you. I ain't said nothing to you. And yet you're getting angry at me for what? What have I done? So yeah, that's why it's like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, no, those same people, I'm pretty sure they done looked up and done came to the realization. And if they haven't, here's that, realization, but just put into words. You are cut off. I want no parts of you in my life. If you're going to be carrying on like that, it's like, fam, no, I'm not going to be your personal punching bag. I'm not going to continue getting hurt because you got this anger and stuff towards people. And it's like, there ain't even no reason to have anger towards people. Just earlier this year, I had to cut off somebody. It's actually, the girl that I was, the whole situation a few years back. I had to cut her off earlier this year. Because I was like, no, it's like the people have to understand when you cause somebody pain. You have to understand that stuff. And if you don't, then it's like the funny thing is that they usually don't understand it and don't realize it until it done happened to them. They have this the same situation. They don't even realize it's so blind and all that stuff. Same thing happens to them. And then that's when they're like, dang. And just like how I said earlier, then they realize that pain, and then they want to have this breakdown, and then they want to start going around apologizing to all the different people that they hurt. And it's like, you know, if you deal with somebody that's forgiving, and I would, you know, like to think like just me on this forgivable journey, because I'm like, I'm trying to be a more forgiving person, and I feel like a part of me has partially forgiven you know, the 2 people that I had to cut off this year. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to be around you if you're gonna be carrying on like that. You know, it's like, that's something where I'm like, I've came to the realization that I'm like, yeah, I might be still at a young age. I'm only 27 years old, but I feel like I think like an old person. I feel like I carry on like an old person, to the point where I'm like, I'm getting at that age where I can't be dealing with stuff like that no more. I'm trying to grow in life. I'm not trying to be having petty arguments and doing some old, like, just dumb stuff. I'm too old for that. So yeah, I'm 27, but I'm like, fam, I'm too old for that. I'm like, that stuff, I'm like, yeah, that might be for like my high school years, middle school years. But I'm all like, now in my adult years, fam, I'm trying to focus on bettering my life. So yeah, it's like, it's people like that. They gotta understand. It's like, you know, having this like just anger and all this stuff towards people, and it's like they haven't done nothing to you, and you trying to, like, you know, have some image of them, and it's just it's stuff like that. It's like, you gotta let those images go. You know, it's like, you take that anger on that individual, but it's like somebody new that then came into your life, or whatever the situation is. It's like, yeah, it's like, you shouldn't be taking anger on them, and they haven't done nothing to you. All right, so that just, men, women, whoever, I'm like, you know, don't be having anger towards people and they haven't done nothing to you. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. Stay tuned. And also make sure you like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.